Bonjour, motherfuckers. It is I, your favorite 14th century poet Dante Alighieri here, and it's time to put on the waders. You know why? Because we're going up shit creek. And you know why we're going up shit creek is because I'm responding to another one of Billy Boy's from TFL videos. Now, as you may or may not know, I did a response to his video about the Russian prison camp, and his video got taken down. I have no fucking idea why. I got told by Gluteus. Someone said, "Oh, this video got taken down, so I can't actually watch the bullshit." I was fucking astounded. And I actually sat through his entire 9-minute, 27-second video this time, and I feel like my IQ just went down a few fucking points. Thankfully not too right above mentally handicapped, just like Billy Boy's. Mine's actually way higher than that, but this actually did bring it down a few pegs. But I'll get it back once I start reading more books again. And this video's name is Real Love in Today's World Looks Like This. I'll post a link in the crotch bar, penis bar, vagina bar, whatever you really want to call it. And well, let's get right into it. Ooh, excuse me. In his description, he posts 4 stories. He also uses clips from one of the stories. Excuse me. Heartburn. You know, it's really something funny that I noticed about all these TFL, all these major TFLers. They all don't have women. But that's beside the point. I actually wanted to comment on a comment made by someone else on this video. It says, "Wow, your Russian prison camp video is removed. Wonder why? Maybe because you were disparaging the victims of it." Seems like YouTube is trying to keep us from learning the truth about the world. I say re-upload that shit and fuck what YouTube says. Yes, and get his channel banned. That would be fucking awesome. Make him make another video or channel. And this comment made me fucking lulls and make me roll around on the ground laughing for quite some time, and it actually is very true. Dude, you need a woman. FYI. Pessimism is really unattractive, and I know that from personal experience. I used to be really pessimistic, pretty apathetic about things. Didn't get a lot of girls. I changed my attitude. Guess what the fuck happened? I started talking to girls a lot and actually having a lot of lady friends. And I've had 2 girlfriends. So you're doing something wrong, Billy Boy. All this negativity towards women is probably not getting you laid. Anyway, let's talk about the video itself. I'm going to talk about one of his stories. Sheriff's deputy indicted in wife's suicide. Chances are that probably is due to the fact that he's being charged in connection with his wife's suicide. Shot herself, whatever. Okay, investigators said the couple had been involved in a domestic situation that day, and that John Britton made available the gun his wife used to kill herself. Seems logical that she used his gun. He wasn't keeping the gun properly stored. Maybe he left it out for his wife. It's called making judgments, which you make a lot of in this video. Especially on the one story, it says, Houston woman gets new sentence after stabbing husband 193 times. In his video, he actually says 192 times. So, he's not really good with facts now, is he? But he says that, oh, this woman probably, the man probably was, they're probably doing some bondage game now. This just shows how stupid you are, because number one, you don't understand what bondage games are, BDSM, you have no understanding of any of this. And I'd go into detail about it, but it'd be like talking to a cardboard cutout of George Bush. Yeah, I'd be able to get my frustrations out, but motherfucker's not going to be actually listening to me, so why waste my time? You also make the assumption that this woman was controlling her husband at the time of him being stabbed 193 times, and you dismiss the fact that there was domestic dispute and domestic violence. And you say that battered women can't lay a hand on your wife. Yeah, you dumb fuck, you can't. Because men are stronger than women, physically. And it seems like you would just beat the shit out of your wife left and fucking right with your... just the way you said that, it's like, oh yeah, you can't lay a hand on your woman. You can lay a hand on your wife if she's about to fucking kill you, or you don't want her to harm anybody else. You can physically restrain her, but beating her up? No, that doesn't make... You can never justify any of that bullshit. Maybe if you're a battered husband, but again, you'd have to be physically abused by your wife. Now, I'm not going to say that the battered wife syndrome has never been abused by women killers, but it is still a valid syndrome, a valid disorder, valid psychological trauma. It's along the lines of, it's not exactly the same as, but it's, to me, it's along the same lines as PTSD. Because in both cases you suffer traumatic events that change your mental state. And each has a breaking point where, I'm sorry for all the pauses, throat's dry, but yeah, it's a legitimate syndrome and anything like that. Sorry, I've also been a little bit wonky, tired, so sorry if some of this stuff isn't actually cohesive. But you're being an armchair analyst when it comes to someone's state of mind, and you're being biased. That's why psychoanalysts, psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers can't be biased, because it colors your fucking judgment. Especially in a case like this with battered woman syndrome, battered wife syndrome, any case involving psychological or physical abuse. It can color your vision. And obviously your hatred of women is coloring your judgment on this, and dismissing the fact that there probably was a lot of domestic abuse that was done by the husband to cause the woman to actually stab her husband 193 times, because nobody stabs someone 193 times unless you're either really angry or fearing for your life. And from what I can tell, that woman was not very angry. She seemed pretty frail looking, mentally and physically. So I'm going to assume that she was physically abused. Now, I can't make that judgment because first off, I'm not a licensed psychologist yet. I haven't gone through all the training. Neither you, I'm assuming you haven't even had any training, Billy Boy, from TFL. I'm sure you haven't had any psychological training. But you're making judgments and you're not gonna give a shit about what the fuck I say, so have fun, fuckwad. And I'm gonna take a comment that's on the video, and because it's pretty relevant to how I actually want to end the video, and that actually is, dude, you need a woman. FYI, pessimism is really unattractive, and it truly is. Oh yes. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Deus Ex Machina. Peace out, Billy boy. I'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be back.